net, but Vlakovic will slap it into the open net for the insurance goal. 6-4 Moose Jaw, 15 and a half seconds left in the third as the Rebels taking exception to the slap shot into the open net by the Moose Jaw Warriors captain, as you might expect, as tensions boil over right at center ice in the timekeeper's area.
Yeah, Matt Gard didn't like it much. Hutchinson's in there now, and Shore's getting
now
in
Shore's
there too.
going all the way, and you're right, Hutchison came all the way out to center, and now we might have a goalie fight. Meantime, McInnes is going toe-to-toe. Both guys were on the ice just inside the blue line. He was going after it with Connor Schmidt, who he just punched the linesman in the face. That's going to get looked at later on, as Keith McInnes was under the linesman at the Moose Jaw blue line, and Connor Schmidt was still trying to punch him, ended up getting the linesman right in the face. Meantime, McSwain is tied up. All heck breaking loose after Lyndon Lakovic scores a slap shot empty net goal with 15 and a half seconds left in the third. Either way, it is 6-4 Moose Jaw.
Yeah. Gard just took exception to it, and I completely understand. For a no-touch icing type call, it comes right off the end boards and it gets hammered in the back of the net. We like it or not, whatever it is. It's early in the season. I get it. That's Gard's job as one of the leaders on the team.
Yeah, frustration's boiling over. Meantime, Hutchison, the Moose Jaw goaltender, you were quick to point it out.
All of a sudden, he's at the referee crease. I was wondering what was going on.
Well, he's going to get an extra penalty for crossing the blue line, of course.
So.
And then Peyton Shore, well, he does the same thing. Skates all the way to center ice to go after Hutchison. So this is all coming with 15 and a half seconds left. We'll have to get the longest. We'll get.
You can go. Minor Hockey Player of the Week. Oh, now we got a fight coming far side board as the plexiglass actually coming ajar in the left corner. And now we got a fight revolving around. I think Hartman is the T-Bird. Is it Gerwing for Kelowna? Again, this is happening to the far side inside the Seattle zone. The linesman coming to separate those two. And so that is technically our third fight of the hockey game. And again, these two teams will see one another again. It'll be on December the 5th down in Seattle. But as I mentioned, hard hit in the corner, and then the fight erupted. Actually, was it Gerwing that took body, I think, on Martirana? And then as he took,
And a quick shot there by the Broncos as they take it over, 0.4 left. And now we got a big pile up behind the net. And hopefully this doesn't get ugly. When these East Division teams go at each other, it always seems to be exciting. And now you see a couple arms flailing, maybe a couple fists going, and the referee's trying to break it up. Looks like Gray's got a guy up against the wall, and 0.4 seconds left. Like I said, these are always exciting games, but you never want to see it get ugly. And now Gray exchanging some words there with Dustin Vilhooft.
He does. He's hassled from behind, but Miles Cooper able to throw his man away for a moment before being taken down and a couple of cross-checks fire, and that's going to draw a couple of whistles. And now we're going to see the pushing and shoving come.
Yeah, the battle level is definitely up here. There's a couple scrums ensuing right now.
That's Breck Liskey in on the Royals bench side. Can't see who he's tied up with on the Royals side. Make that road Woodward. As Miles Cooper was dumped down, took a couple extra shots, and that drew the ire of a couple of players on the.
Is a former NHLer, George Larocque. Remains the left corner. Larocque taken down, penalty. This one going to Kelowna, pushing and shoving here. In the corner, in the mix as well is Cameron Kuzma. The original minor penalty was going to Kelowna, but I think maybe Seattle is taking a retaliatory penalty. More pushing and shoving. We've got, is it Larocque that got back up, I think, and he's in a bit of a hugging or headlock match here with Dawson Gerwing. Larocque is a big player. He, in fact, only 16 years of age, but he's 6'4", 215 pounds, so the apple does not fall very far from the.
Calgary up to center, makes one man miss, dumps the puck in. Hutchison out behind his net to stop it. takes a bump on the play. The back referee at center is going to call Matthew Guard for goaltender interference, and now we're going to get all sorts of pushing and shoving as Matthew Guard's going to get called for too much contact on the netminder Hutchison, who is out behind his net playing the puck. And the Moose Jaw Warriors taking offense to that. See if there's any other penalties that come from this, but we do know this part, Brett Kelly, is that Matthew Guard's getting the original.
Guard's getting the original one. Both referees had their arms up on it.
Copeland's going as well, but I think he's got a partner in Nolan Paquette, so this will, I would expect, still be a power play for Moose Jaw when all is said and done. And it'll be their second power play of the game.
He'll jump it towards the goal. Stick save made. Remains in the corner. Whoa. Halbertson, I think, took body a little aggressively on a rock, and now fight here in the corner. Halbertson's tough. Varga trying to come into engage. And so that's likely Calder Varga's first fight in the WHL, and he took on a real tough customer in Braden Halbertson. Give Varga a lot of credit for standing in there. I mean, he took a couple of blows, but bottom line is you've got a man down in the corner that's actually Levi Benson. And so now we've got Scott Hoyer coming up to 10 to Benson to make sure he's okay. But again, there was an infraction coming to
His birthday is November 28th. He's not even 17 yet. Here we go.
As the gloves are going to drop, Ozzie McIntyre getting into it with the defenseman Boston Tate. Right off the face-off.
Speaking of youngsters, Tate's a youngster.
Ozzie represented himself well. He doesn't strike me as the type that's going to drop the goal.
Save made by Witzke as he squeezes onto that one. Tricky shot there from a low angle, and again we get some more pushing and shoving as a member of the Moose Jaw Warriors tries to get things stirred up with big Landon McSwain, 6'3" Rebels rookie out of Anchorage, Alaska. And I think the down low official Mason Stewart might send a couple of guys to the old timeout corner here after this. 12:37 to go in period number 2. By the way, $20 for every goal the Rebels score at home this season goes to Make-A-Wish Canada, courtesy of the fine folks at MNP. And
came out the other side. Hartman with it there, can't clear. Rockets forcing the issue here at the buzzer, and time will expire. So after 40 minutes, with a flare up in the left corner inside T-Bird territory, Seattle will carry a slim 1-0 lead into the third period. Again, more pushing and shoving here. In the mix, Dawson Gerwing for Seattle. He's lost his helmet on the play. And that would be Cameron.
Played up to Baumüller, hit by Skok in front of the Brandon bench, and he doesn't like that. They'll exchange shoves, and now they're going to drop the mitts. Baumüller and Skok. Skok's first Western Hockey League fight. Hoey's feeding rights. They both are swinging away with rights, and Baumüller gets the takedown on Skok as Baumüller's helmet had been knocked off by Skok. And they're still chirping at one another as they'll be escorted to the respective penalty boxes. Joby Baumüller, I don't think.
Harm's way, right wing. T-Birds get it to center, and there's McCash on left wing. Moves back in, left face-off dot. Here's the wrister high wide of the goal. And now we get a flare it back on the play. Corbet, and is it Comby? Yeah, it is. Comby and Corbet as they try to grapple right at the Rocket blue line. And maybe 2 punches thrown. Or was it Comby? Yeah, it was number 3. Yeah, that's right. And so that's going to do it for the tilt between those two. Again, this coming with 26 seconds remaining in the hockey game tonight.
Bison and a low hit on him, and down goes Molgachev. Pasarchuk is after Bison, and then they go to center and start throwing. Both players hit the ice though. Low hit from Betty Bisonen. Wyatt Pasarchuk didn't like it. Initial penalty coming to the Tigers. We'll see what happens now. Molgachev on his knees and in some kind of difficulty right now down in front of the penalty box.
Bisonen, after that collision, gets approached by Pasarchuk.
Pressure, puck comes loose. And ducking out of the way of a check was Miller, but he comes in offside and took a late hack, or a late shot rather, which resulted in a hack from Carson Adair with just over 3 minutes to go here in the first period, tied 1-1.
Just the way these two teams are going at each other, you'd think that these were division rivals. Just the lone meeting here all season we're seeing here tonight, but it's been a really chippy game. We've seen some hits that are maybe on the later side. Refs have let a few things go so far. We've seen a couple of penalties.